Deja vu. We opened our last episode with Task Force Campus about to take a step back from the war in Lozavada territory and our energy deficit taunting us from the upper left corner of the screen. But I think things will be well in hand after another 20 or 30 minutes of gameplay. What say you? Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris Ancient Relics in our Legacy of the Forerunners series. Yeah, our energy deficit's still there. It's gone. You would think if you watched the first few seconds for some reason and then just skip the rest of the last episode, you would think maybe things hadn't changed much. They actually got much better, and they dropped a little bit after we built some additional things that are consuming energy, but we're also doing a lot to increase energy at the same time. So I really do think by the end of this episode, we'll have it in hand. And even if we don't, it's not, I don't feel threatened by it at all. We do have to keep an eye on our food and our consumer goods, because as we saw in the last episode, there's a little bit of, there's a little bit of frustration with that. Consumer goods and food are starting to dip below the mark, and we don't want that to happen too much. So let's see. We have the option of building a Paradise Dome, or researching the Paradise Dome, which is an upgrade from luxury housing, or we can increase habitability across the board. Now, that's a big project. We have a couple of smaller projects available to us that might be wiser choices. There's also regenerative hull tissue, which is always fun. Amenities and housing are not really issues for me right now. Habitability would help across the board, including with energy, but also with everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that in order to just knock that big project out and have its benefits as soon as possible for the rest of the series. Task Force Campus is just 2 jumps now away from Galaman, so they've made their way quickly back through my territory. We have a few of my ships from the reinforcements that I built going the long way to join them. Kind of annoying, but because our allies decided to jump in and take up where we left off, they're actually conquering in this area. You can even see their troops flying around, which is quite nice.
Concluded.
And we're not having to worry about keeping the pressure on the Lozavada. They're doing it themselves. So things are going pretty well so far. Looks like we've already repaired our ships in Galaman. That was really fast. And now the upgrade is happening. Let's go ahead and give the order to reinforce. I think it might be doing the thing again.
Another day, another scientific breakthrough.
It might be doing the thing again. All right, so we just finished advanced shields, so we have another upgrade to do, but that's okay. We could go ahead and go for hyper shields, or we can research the shield capacitor, or the hyperdrive 3. Honestly, any of these are good. Let me go for the advanced reactor booster just to have that tech down, and we're actually going to take a quick look. Oh, hey. Really? An asteroid blast door? Oh, but not in our territory, though. A collision with a smaller asteroid has revealed a small blast door or airlock extending slightly from the surface of GF 5334T1. It appears to be thousands of years old and has previously been concealed by rocks and dust. For unknown reasons, scans cannot penetrate the asteroid's interior, and the blast door is impervious to conventional cutting tools. To learn what is behind this door, a team would likely have to dig their way towards the center of the asteroid from another direction. Don't know why that particular graphic matches that, but hey. So, yeah, that's a good ways away. We're not going to be able to do anything with that. But what I was going to say is let's jump in and make sure that we are okay power-wise on our various systems here. And it seems that we are. But this is, I mean, notice how close we are to not being okay power-wise. So I'm good with the fact that we're researching what we're researching. I just want to make sure that these say 4, these say 3, these say 4, these say 2. Yeah. Just want to make sure that all these numbers are up to date. Because if they're not, what that means is that the ships have failed to auto-upgrade on account of not having enough power. It seems like we have... I forgot we had battleships. We need to start building those, don't we? Let's see. Well, first of all, hang on. Yeah, I'm okay with what I was checking. We can see that the power surplus is strong, except with the Corvette, but we have verified manually that we're all right there. So since we're researching the improved reactor boosters or advanced reactor boosters, that should solve itself. We are going to rename you Talk Arlith. And then we're going to set you to auto-upgrade. Actually, we already have the Talk Arlith class cruiser, don't we? Forgot about that. So I guess we'll just go with a random name. I completely forgot about that. I kind of want the battleship to be named after Talk Arlith for how awesome she was, but we can go with random names. Nostarian? trying to see if there's a different naming convention apart from either Ian or Dur as the last syllable. Doesn't look like there is. So why don't we just go with... Yeah, Thagarian. That actually sounds pretty menacing and awesome, so I'll go with it. So we're going to save that. We're going to delete the knock-on-door because we don't need it anymore. And then what do we have here? We've got a need for upgrades down here. We need to definitely make sure that all these systems are up to spec. And then this is going to be... Our first battleship will be a... Let's make it a line ship. Let's have it get its hands dirty a little bit. And then we can give it auxiliary fire control. And maybe even afterburners to make it a little faster. I like that idea. All right, so for the bow section, I really shouldn't have done any of that because we're about to possibly mess with all of this. Broadside's okay, so that's fine. Carrier, not so much. I don't know that I want... Well, actually, I might be okay with carriers. Hang on. Yes, overwrite. Okay, yeah. Let's go with a carrier core. Not a hangar core, but a carrier core. So we're going to have some point defense here. Let's go ahead and have barrier point defense. Just seeing where it is on the ship. And then scout wings is all we've researched so far, but that's okay. And then for the back, I'm just going to do a broadside backside. There we go. Okay, so our large weapon I would like to be a railgun. And then we have a medium weapon, which we're going to set to a plasma thrower, and then we're going to have 2 X-ray lasers. And then we'll have 2 more X-ray lasers on the side, so lots of smaller lasers. And then have a couple of medium railguns on the back. How about that? And we have so much extra power. Like, it's almost alarming how much extra power we have. That just means we've researched antimatter reactors at a faster rate than we've researched everything else. Probably a little bit too fast, but that's that's a good principle of gameplay to follow, is that you want to make sure that you stay ahead of your technology in terms of the power that you can provide to your ships. So, let's take a look here, because we can definitely sell tons of minerals. Okay, so there's that. We also have lots of volatile motes, but part of me wants to just hold on to this stuff. I'm still annoyed that the Lozavata are the market leaders. All right, so let's go ahead and upgrade. Yeah, that's right. All of these are ready for upgrades. So I want you to upgrade. You to upgrade. Anywhere that the world is smaller, I want that upgrade to happen. All of these upgrades. Okay, and then here, things might be a little bit different. This is a relic world now, but it could eventually be a generator world, and we do need as much energy to be produced as possible. So let's go ahead and upgrade that. We definitely want the Autoton Monument there. And then we're going to have to come back once those projects are done, because that's a little bit too much going on at once. Okay, let's see. So we've got the basic Thagarian class built. So it's probably time to go ahead and add those to the fray. We have a couple of destroyers. We've got a Picket-class destroyer with point defense, and then we have a basic broadside-class cruiser. So it might be time to go ahead and add a second class of cruiser, like a torpedo cruiser, but we don't have torpedoes yet. So, tell you what, let's keep it simple. Task Force Campus, I want to edit the fleet. We right now just have 5 Takarlith-class cruisers. I'm going to add Thagarian class. And I'm just going to have 2, because that's all we can afford to have for the time being. And then now we have the option to reinforce. Let's go ahead and give that order. Upgrades are still happening. You can see that it's kind of going up and down because we've researched some new technologies in the midst of that upgrade happening. So
System survey.
It's going to be a little bit all over the place. All right, Hatram, I don't need you to have anything else at the moment. Cytine, same with you. Rhizor, however, you can do an off-world trading company, which will help boost the trade value we're collecting from there. And then we have some influence with which to go ahead and add Merope to our territory. Let's also go ahead and build that mining station, and then I can make some serious decisions about where I want stations in this cluster of stars to collect some of the trade value down here. do we want to listen to In Memory of Mercedes Romero for a moment? I think we do. Also got to keep an eye on that.
System survey concluded without incident. System survey concluded. System survey concluded.
If you're new to my channel, yes, I do this all the time when this track plays. I mean, why wouldn't you just stop and listen to it every once in a while?
Construction project concluded. Fleet enhancement supplied. Anomaly found.
We are finally starting to see our
Construction project
colonies
concluded.
start to expand a little bit more rapidly than they have in the past. So that's a really welcome sight. Let's take a look at our rare resources here. Exotic gases are now needing a little bit of love. So let's do exotic gas refineries. We definitely have the economy minerals-wise to support them. So we've put ourselves in a really good position in that sense because we have such a mineral surplus that we can just start building a lot of rare resource production and not worry about it for a while, which is really quite nice. All right, it's doing the thing where it's giving me extra ships again. I really hate that that's happening. I hope they fix that in the next patch because it's obnoxious. It's been around for a couple of versions now. Not too long, but if I recall what one commenter said, I don't remember the exact comment, but apparently it's not a new thing. Not super old, but certainly not 1 or 2 patches old. So hopefully they'll get that resolved.
Construction project concluded.
Bit of a housing issue here. I could resolve it by building... Yeah, let's just build another city district. This is on Campira, the world that's being constantly attacked
Project concluded.
elsewhere.
Construction project
So
concluded.
we're going to have a bit more of a deficit as long as our naval
Construction
capacity is what it is.
concluded.
But that's relatively easily addressed. Specifically by building things down here. Now, we don't have... Hang on. Yeah. So we can do an anchorage here. Anchorage there. And an anchorage there. And we might eventually be able to... Yeah, see, we have the option of upgrading a lot of these. Let's take a look at the... I think I should go ahead and upgrade you. And you. And you. We're overdue on that. So...
System survey concluded.
Okay. And then the Rob Getty station. I guess I could do...
Construction
I'm not going to worry
project
about anything else with that slot right now. Alright, so you can see that we've added a lot down here. Let's get that starbase built. And we just have one more system, and that's it. We control all the territory we intended to claim.
Concluded.
So many episodes ago where I was like, okay, I know what I want to do, guys. We're going to play tall, but it's actually going to happen. We're making good progress. All right, let's go ahead and upgrade that. We do have to keep an eye on our exotic
System
gases.
survey concluded. System survey concluded.
Yeah, Turdaga is a more important world than Varba to upgrade, I think.
Research concluded.
Yeah, we're going to need to do things that improve that beyond building anchorages. Maybe. The anchorages might take us to the limit, but... Alright. Just need to keep a close eye on it so we don't develop an even bigger resource problem. Ion disruptors and plasma accelerator. Apart from that, I think our economy problem is mostly resolved. Didn't realize our naval cap was quite that low. So that's, again, relatively easily fixed. Let's go with a plasma accelerator since we have those on our ships already. Or versions of those on our ships already.
Construction project concluded.
Oh, bloody hell. So the Marauders want tribute. They're all the way over there. Do I really need to worry about them? You'll get nothing from us, scum. Seriously, go away. If you think you can attack us, bring it on.
Construction project concluded.
Lots of stuff going on down here.
Construction project concluded. Fleet enhancement supplied.
Okay, so Turdaga, I think I do want to build a stronghold so that we're improving our naval capacity through that means. Notice, by the way, our naval capacity is already much higher, so that's handy. Rob Getty is where exactly? Right there? God, I cannot wait to have that trade value collectible. That's seriously part of the blame for our energy problem, is just having that Grand Dragon hanging out disrupting my trade network. Not exactly the best position. All right, Task Force Campus has been fully built. We have some extra destroyers. I'm not going to worry about it. The reinforce
System
option is no longer
survey
showing up, which is
concluded.
nice.
Fleet enhancement
Good.
supplied.
All right, so the Warform can't join us. Oh, okay. So now that we've put the battleships in the fleet, we can't have the task force. We can't have the Grand Herald following Task Force Campus around anymore. That's, you know what, that's fine. Let's just have Barim Dentelnik take over there. And then we'll put this leader in charge. This will improve sublight speed. Put them in charge of the 5th Task Force. And then Task Force Campus can rejoin the war effort for the remainder of the episode. And the war effort, by the way, is already won, so there's really not much point to doing this. Looks like the Huvuduzan have taken control of Loza, which is just amazing to see. Like, we're demolishing them. I haven't had to do much this episode in terms of fighting.
System survey concluded.
All right, because our ships have now left Galaman's...
Construction project
our energy
concluded.
deficit on account of being over on naval cap is in full force, but it's okay.
Construction
gonna fix it.
project concluded.
It will be all right. Oh, we would definitely like to donate. That's going to give us the influence that we need to finish what we're doing down here. Now, these stations that I'm building, of course, will add a little bit to the energy deficit. I'm aware of that. But we have a lot to collect down here in terms of trade value that'll eventually help. We also have more worlds just to colonize. I'm going to wait to colonize until we've resolved the energy deficit.
Anomaly
I don't want to
found.
get ahead of myself.
Construction project
Finding
concluded.
so many terraforming candidates. I don't think any of them are in our territory. Any. It's hilarious. All right, Naval Logistics Office, absolutely. And then, I mean, I could upgrade this station. There's nothing stopping me. The Zondaban station. What about the Silo station? Oh yeah, you definitely need an upgrade. Then Obnal, we're going to upgrade you. Rhizor, we will upgrade you. Cytine, is that needed? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go ahead and give that order too. Hoffram, not as necessary. Well, it's the same distance. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, it's 5. Okay, so we would need one more station down here somewhere. Possibly at Churgamore? Yeah, that's actually a great location for one. Let's get that order. We've got room for it, and that way we'll collect the trade value from those systems as well. So great to see all this territory finally under our control. Yes, I know, a terraforming candidate discovered. We've only found 5 million of them since the beginning of time. Do I need to send the fleet in? I mean, I'm losing a lot of energy, and I'm going to send them back to Vadris.
Construction project
There's no reason for
concluded.
them to be hanging around. All right, good. We have a new Ascension perk available to us.
Survey concluded.
City districts provide 1 additional housing. Yes, please. We also gain additional merchant jobs per 50 pops. So now we can choose our next Ascension perk. Reminder, we have Technological Ascendancy already. We have Imperial Prerogative already. And we have Enigmatic Engineering. So our technology and engineering is too arcane for others to reverse engineer. Now, do we want to provide additional gene modification points? Do we want to have more naval capacity? Oh, look, that problem's solved, by the way. And fleet command limit. Do we want to have additional damage to endgame crisis factions? And everyone's opinion of us improved by 20? Do we want to reduce the cost of starbases and the cost of claiming systems using influence? Probably not, because we're playing tall. Grasp the Void, do we want to increase our starbase capacity? Probably not, because we have plenty of room. Eternal Vigilance, do we want to have stronger starbases and defense platforms? I think we're doing okay. Galactic Contender, do we want to be able to damage Fallen, Awakened, and Gate Builder empires? Well, Fallen or Awakened empires and the Gate Builders. Maybe. One Vision, do I want to have more unity, less amenities usage, and more governing ethics attraction so it's harder for rebel factions to gain traction? Lots of good choices. Arcology Project. Ooh. We could turn planets into ecumenopolises. Subject integration influence cost -50 and subject plus. We're not really doing shared destiny though. And then of course edicts lasting 50% longer, which is nice. Arcology sounds fun. You know what else sounds fun though? Engineered evolution. So we can gene modify our species. That honestly sounds the most fun to me right now. I feel like that is probably the most in line role-playing wise. So let's go with engineered evolution. Excellent. And that's 3 immediate gene modification points that we can use. So Oligarch Valdrig Den Terob has gained the Eye for Talent trait. Oh, that's lovely. So Valdrig is an explorer, a space miner, and has Eye for Talent, so leaders will gain experience at a more rapid rate.
Research concluded.
Okay, I want to modify my species, damn it. Give me a second. All right, habitability +5. I do need the fleet command limit boost. We also need food processing facilities. We need those yesterday. Let's go ahead and get that research because it's just 4 months away. Now, Oranathi. So currently we are limited regeneration, intelligent, traditional, and we're conservationists. We started out traditional, conservationist, and intelligent. We gained limited regeneration, and we lost the sedentary and solitary traits. Now we have the ability to add even more. So, what could we add? We can put ingenious, which will give us additional energy credits from jobs and do a lot to solve our energy problem. So that's an immediate address for that issue, but I'd rather solve that issue through practical means. We could go with very strong, which would take up all of our points, but our armies would be much more powerful, make us good in a fight. Habitability +10. That right there, let me tell you, that is a temptation if I've ever seen one. Hang on, let's see. We could be communal to reduce housing usage. That's more of a minor tweak as opposed to something like adaptive. Although we could do communal and adaptive. There's nothing to stop me. We could also do nomadic, so pop growth from immigration would increase and resettlement costs would be reduced. And that is technically in line with our roleplay beginnings. Remember, the Technoclave left after a schism in Oranathi society that led to the creation of the Technoclave and the hierarchy, which we saw in divine and dynastic divinity. Almost said divine divinity. So let's see. And these are research-based boosts. I think either nomadic or communal. I like strong too. I do, but I mean we're less of a warrior race. This isn't Roma Galactica 2. This is a technology-based tall playthrough. So communal, nomadic. Both of these would increase growth. Both would. Resettlement cost -25. I think I'm going to just go for communal. Create template. And then, of course, this will be cheaper to do. So we're going to apply this to everyone.
Situation log updated.
It's going to be done in 12 months. Let's go back to speed 3. Now,
System
Rocketty Station
survey
down here.
concluded.
Not a lot you can do at the moment. Cannot wait to take out the Grand Dragon. Holy crap. We'll be able to do that before long. We will. Task Force Campus. I don't know why the Warform is not following you, but it should be following you. There we go.
Research concluded.
Nice. Living metal mega construction is now available to us. So I like the idea of having Durasteel armor. Also like the idea of having habitats. Let's go with the better Corvette hull points. I'm surprised we're still involved in this war, by the way. Is anyone else surprised? I'm surprised. I'm super surprised. All right, let's look through really quickly. I just got really excited because, like, while I'm moving my mouse around, my, like, fingertip touched the cup that I have nearby, and I remembered that I still have a bunch of cold beverage sitting, like, 2 feet away from me. I'm going to finish this episode, then I'm going to drink it. It's going to be great. All right, so, yeah, let's go ahead and upgrade you. I do need to keep an eye on exotic gases. As a matter of fact, that's going to put me in a bit of a deficit. But oh well. And then we're going to upgrade you. Upgrade you. Yeah, and then we're going to just let things run for a bit. Now, we do need more influence in order to reform our government. We need 250 influence. But that's another exciting thing we're going to get to do before long.
System survey concluded.
Once Task Force Campus returns to orbit around Vajra Station, we should see
concluded.
more where things end up with our economic situation. I said at the beginning of this episode that we would probably resolve this. I was wrong. Even though we've resolved the naval capacity situation, our energy deficit has gotten worse just because of how much expansion I've done. I still think we have acceleration in the right direction. But for now, just in the space of this 25 minutes, we have appeared to go backwards. So it's all about your perspective, right? Let's see. If I was in a war that I was more worried about, I'd be a lot harder on myself for not resolving that when I said I would, but I'm not going to worry about it. So, Hyperdrive 3, I think it might be time for that. I also like the idea of having particle lances, but let's go for Hyperdrive 3.
Construction project concluded. Anomalous readings registered.
Research that. Ah, we have some pirates. All right, we can deal with them really quickly. That's actually, Task Force Campus is already on the way. Tell you what, let's just give the order to annihilate them really fast. I put that at the front of their queue. And then actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give that order, and then we're going to give the order again. So, just a little bit of redundancy, because that was 2 control-shift clicks. The ISS Champardarian survey of the asteroid is temporarily halted as a probe is caught by an errant gravitational anomaly. So we gained some physics research for that, and some experience for the researcher. Very good. Yeah.
System survey
Wow.
concluded.
Grand Herald is super fast.
Construction project concluded.
All right, so they're going to go get some upgrades done.
Construction project concluded.
Meanwhile, we have a bunch more that we can do with these stations. Specifically, I'm going to go ahead and build one more shipyard and an additional anchorage because I want these stations in particular to be able to crank out ships rapidly. And then the Rovgetti station, still not going to do anything with you.
Construction project concluded. Fleet enhancement supplied.
Okay. Umara is absolutely ready for a generator district. That'll help a little bit. Food is becoming more of a problem. So now that the war here is mostly over,
Construction project concluded.
we do have to focus on getting this fixed.
Construction project concluded.
Although, again, I still have a good mineral situation, so I can buy my way out of any negative situation for the next
System
little while.
survey
Also, bear in
concluded.
mind, I do have... Where are you? There you are.
Anomaly.
I have 32
found.
minor artifacts, and I can sell one of them for 500 energy. Research, please. Energy deficit's still growing in the opposite direction, but now
Construction
Task Force
project
Campus has
concluded.
returned, and that's helping a little bit. Attention, Ornathi, if you have need of others to fight your battles for you, know that Ben Thel mercenary fleets are now available for hire.
Genetic
La-di
improvement
frickin' da.
project concluded.
All right. So that project is done. The Ornathi have been modified. We're 4 months away from food processing facilities, 9 months away from Hyperdrive 3, and 2 months away from Corvette hull points. I'm going to stop this episode here. And the next one, I'm going to try to solve the energy deficit because I've opened 2 episodes in a row now saying we're going to fix it, and it's going in the opposite frickin' direction. So yeah, we need to address that. But I'm not super concerned about it being addressable within the next episode. So of course these buildings that I'm setting up that aren't energy related are adding to it very, very minorly, but we need the unity as well. So just balancing a bunch of priorities, as you do when you play a grand strategy game. But we'll jump into the next one and actually try and address that and that as well. Cross your fingers. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.